So yesterday I posted the question, is there anybody out there who's hypermobile, doesn't have ADHD, autism, or both? And I don't know if there's other mental health issues that can be attached to hypermobility. I'm doing a paper for a class, a mental health paper. And, it's one of those generic health classes, and they want to focus on, whatever's pretty much mainstream. So they do count ADHD and anxiety and a couple things as mental health issues. And I messaged my professor because I was like, I want to talk about hypermobility in regards to ADHD. And she's like, yeah, you can do that, but you have to mention ADHD first. But my thing is, I think we're bursting the bubble on mental health stuff being just about behavior and how we don't think it's connected to other things, because it can and very well has been proven that many people who watch my TikToks, among probably everyone else who doesn't watch my TikToks, there's probably many other people who can be autistic and hypermobile, or autistic and have POTS, or whatever combination. I have a son who is both autistic and has ADHD and has Raynaud's. He also has a growth issue called shock syndrome. So I don't know if there's anything else that will add up. He's only 10 now. My daughter, she has autism. I'm pretty sure she has ADHD, but we haven't had that assessed yet. I don't know if I bring both to the table or one, and just with my husband is a combination, but I definitely feel like I'm a person who might have both, because I definitely am at war with myself in regards to having a schedule, needing novelty, trying to be organized, and then end up messy all the time, So I think we are a UDHD family. Possible, quite possible. No, I just think that having comorbidities for me makes sense because I have tons of sensitivities. I go on plane rides, which I haven't done in a while, and I get like I know everyone's ear gets stuffed and maybe they get ear pain, but I think I get it a bit more severe than the typical person. I have TMJ. I have hypermobility, which I found out in the last couple of years, not through a doctor, through Pilates. I did have a yoga teacher who first was telling me that I'm a hyperextender, and I think that kind of just was like one step before learning about hypermobility. And I also, always had allergies. I had asthma as a kid. I guess it's gone. But there's some trifecta about asthma, allergy, gut issues. Like in our family, we had gut issues, but we were also sugar freaks and picky eaters. So that's an interesting one, right? And I think I've mentioned in previous videos that I've taken a test through Clarity X, and they said that I had a dopamine concern, and I've been wanting to redo some genetic testing through my insurance and my doctors. But it makes sense. On my dad's side of the family, it was always like, oh, I gotta eat sweets. My mom's side, it was more about gambling and betting on football games and all kinds of different things. And of course, on that side, a lot of my uncles and mom and people, even my grandma smoked and stuff. So a lot of vices. My dad didn't know his dad, so I don't know if in their family there might have been alcoholism or other vice issue. But there's definitely we need a fix. We need a hit for our dopamine on that side of the family. But I also was very into structure and organization and being on time, and care a lot about things that are just and right. And I think that's why as a kid I was quite an easy target to be bullied, because it's the sweet, sensitive, quiet, naive child that gets picked on, regardless of what we look like. Anyway, So yeah, I don't know, I'm kind of just like on the road to getting more obsessed with studying more about hypermobility and how it interconnects with everything and affects our bodies, and just would love to get a PT, would love to get like a trainer that was like equipped to know that, so I can get strong and find a way to like be in shape and feel better and know how to work in my classes, my exercise classes. Right now it's mostly Pilates and yoga, but I want to get back to Zumba. I want to get back to dance. I like to dance, and it just get winded a lot faster these days. What else? I think that's it. But if you guys have any thoughts about hypermobility, ADHD, all of that together. I did go do a colonoscopy over the summer, and they said there was mast cells in my small intestines. I feel like I've always had some sort of issue with inflammation. I mean, I'm always very reactive emotionally. I have sensitive sensories. Everything's like bitter taste is strong, and noises can be loud, smells, I can smell them more than others, I can hear, all that kind of stuff. We're on a different frequency. I feel like I'm on a completely different frequency, at least for my husband. And so having all those sensitivities and having allergies and having a body that's constantly triggered, and I always feel like I'm not sick all the time, but lately I've been better. But there, in the past years, it's like, oh, I feel like I'm getting sick again. Is this sickness? Is it allergies? Is it sickness? Is it allergies? We can never tell. But the body, my body at least, is very reactive in so many different ways. Not just the mental mind with the behavior and the way I react emotionally, but physically as well. And yeah, there is, of course, trauma attached to that as a youth. But I look at my daughter, who hasn't had any trauma, and she's still kind of a loud, brass, screamy child who wants to demand for things, wants to get her dopamine hit, gets mad at you if you don't give her what she wants, and has big emotions and has to work on regulating them and being patient and calming down. So it's interesting just like working through the genetics of it, the environmental of it, because right now I'm about to go do my TMS and I need to wear a mask. I didn't have a problem before, but I'm pretty sure the girl who does it is wearing some sort of perfume and I need to wear a mask. And I just get so triggered. I just feel like I can't live in this world. And I can't control everyone else. I can't tell you, you can't smoke, you can't wear perfume, because those smells, especially like pot and cigarettes, they make me violently angry. Let me know out there if any of you get violently angry from this kind of stuff. It's not like we just get headaches. We get headaches, yes, but we just get like so angry. It just makes us so upset. It's crazy. So yeah, allergy issues, triggers of scents, smells, things that off gas. I had to borrow a car for a while, and it had that new smell, and I was just like, oof. Like, it's really hard for me. Like, anytime I get something new for the house, which I haven't lately, but if I get a new piece of furniture or a new something, off gas, I need it away for like a long time. So I'm just very sensitive to smells in the environment. I suppose a lot of them may be on the toxic side. Sounds, loud sounds. When I was a kid, we didn't have headphones, but now we do for kids at school, which is great. But it's weird. Like, sometimes I want noise. Sometimes I want music. Sometimes I want to interact. So it's definitely the combo of autism and ADHD, how you like are attracted and repelled by the same thing. So yeah, there's that. I mean, I have a long list of things I've got, and I started to think of them as like chakra issues. So like the brain and the third eye and the throat and the heart and the digestion with whatever's down there, and the pelvis and all those areas. So it's interesting. I just wonder out there, you guys, is any of it separate, or is it just all a tangle?